Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. We are discussing all is not lost. In the previous lectures, I have given you the complete grammatical concepts in the first lecture related to this unit, and in the second lecture I have given you the complete comprehension of all the passages, and I have told you all the important words with complete grammatical description. Now I am coming towards the exercise of this unit in this lecture. This is the final lecture related to this unit, and you can take out a complete help in the preparation of the exercise of this unit from this lecture. The first activity is the glossary, as it is repeated out in all the units. Yes, and now on the screen you can see all these words in front of you, but I have given you all the important words from this chapter with their complete grammatical description in my previous lecture, and similarly you can take out and you can revise out these words from this lecture. Okay students, after completing the comprehension of all the passages, I am going to give you the answers of the block questions that are related to the passages. The block questions are here over the screen in front of you, and I am going to tell you the answers of all these block questions. The first block question is, what is an ICU in a hospital? An intensive care unit, critical care unit, intensive therapy unit or intensive treatment unit is a highly specialized department of a hospital that provides intensive care medicine. The next block question is, to what extent does the recovery of a patient depend upon the doctor and the nurse? The recovery of a patient depends upon the doctors and the nurse to a very large extent. A patient cannot recover without their treatment and proper care. The third block question is, what do you infer about the professional skills from the expressions "try once for her"? She had a dull confidence on her that she could make that patient recover. She is a very kind, sincere, devoted and caring nurse. She stuck to her opinion. Her expressions "try once for her" speaks for her professional skills. The fourth block question is, identify kinds of noun used in the text. Common nouns, proper nouns, material nouns, abstract nouns have been used in the text. Okay students, I have to tell you about the comprehension. Yes, the comprehension related to the exercise. Now we will discuss it. Here on the screen you can see all the questions and you can see the answers of all these questions. The first question is, why did the nurse ask Hera's sister to come and talk to her? The nurse asks Hera's sister to come and talk to her, thinking that the voice of a near and dear one might activate the nearly dead neurons. Why did the nurse disagree with the doctor's point of view? The nurse was not agreeing with the doctor's point of view because she thinks that it was unwise to leave a patient unattended. Life is very precious. A chance should be given to a patient. She thought that her full attention could make her patient recover. Why did the nurse ask herself the question, was it worthwhile to oppose and fight the decision of senior and more qualified surgeon? The patient was a hopeless case in the eyes of the surgeons and they wanted to get the bed cleared for other patients. The nurse requests the senior doctors to let her stay in the ICU and allow her to attend patient. Her request was conceded to. She asked this question to consider the judgment about the patient. Describe some qualities of the personality of the nurse in the story. She was wise, devoted, sincere, honest, kind-hearted and ambitious. She had positive thinking and strong willpower. Question number 5. Why did the nurse say, where there is a will, there is a way? She said so because she proved it practically that a hopeless patient could be cured if you are willing to fight a lost war. If there is no will, there is no way. With strong willpower, a man can also accomplish impossible tasks. Now we have discussed the complete comprehension related to the exercise in front of you, and now I am coming towards the oral activity. As I have told you in the previous lectures that the oral activity is also equally important as we are going to consider upon, as we are going to revise attentively question answers and all the other things which are related to the exercise, because the questions can be asked out from the oral activity in the paper also. So I am coming towards the questions of the oral activity, and all the questions related to the oral activity are over here on the screen. You can take help from these questions, and this will surely help you to prepare the paper also. The first oral activity question is, how important is the nursing profession? Nursing is a healthcare profession focused on the care of individuals, families and communities so they may attain, maintain or recover optimal health and quality of life from conception to death. Nurses work in a wide variety of specialties where they may work independently or as part of a team to cases, plan, implement and evaluate care. Is the profession of nursing valued in Pakistan? Yes, this is the main question you have to answer out from this after reading this chapter, that I have given you a message that no any profession is trivial in front of us, because all the profession has their importance in our eyes, and this importance is present in front of you, and this answer is comprehensive, so I am not going to read this answer line by line. You can take help from this answer on the screen, and you can learn it from here. Students, after comprehension, the next activity is that you have to give the sequence of some sentences. All these sentences are present in your unit, and arrangement has been changed out over there in the activity. You have to read the lesson carefully, and then you have to give them the proper sequence so they can form so all these sentences, they can form a passage, or all these sentences can give you a complete understanding. I have given you the complete understanding of this activity over here. You can take help from this activity to solve out and to prepare your mind. This activity can be revised out in the paper by changing these lines or by changing out the passage. So you should have to read the complete chapter to solve out such type of activities. Now I am coming towards the next activity. Yes, the next activity is related to the vocabulary. I have given out all the vocabulary grades in the grammatical description of all important words in my previous lecture, and this activity can be solved out by the help of this previous lecture also, but I have given you the complete solved activity over here on the screen. This will surely help you to match the column and to complete out this grid, and and with the help of all the important words and the synonyms, you can complete out all such type of activities in the paper easily. And the last activity is to make out the sentences from related to vocabulary, is to make out the sentences from the given words, and I have given you the sentences of all the important words from the chapter in my previous lecture, and here I am giving you the sentences of the specific words which are over here in the exercise. These sentences are in front of you, and I am going to read these sentences one by one. The first word is care. She takes care of her children. If care is a verb, then this will be the sentence, and if care is a noun, then the sentence will be he is free from cares. Walk. He is too weak to walk. This is the use of walk as a verb. Now I am going to use the walk as a noun. Let's go for a walk. The next word is surprise. In the case of verb, the sentence will be at night to surprise the rebels. Surprise. When it will be a noun, then the sentence will be I have a surprise for you. Request. I requested him to help me in this matter. This is the use of request in the form of verb, and when it will be a noun, then he made a request for further aid. Need in the form of verb, I need your help, and in the form of noun, we are in an urgent need of nurses for this hospital. State in the form of verb, the fact has been clearly stated in this report, and in the form of noun, she is in a state of shock. Yes students, now after this activity I am coming towards the activity B related to vocabulary. Yes, we have to pick out the phrases and idioms from this chapter, and we have to use all these phrases and idioms in the sentences. This activity is in front of you on the screen, and I am going to give you the explanation of this activity in front of you. The first phrasal verb, here are some idioms or phrases in front of you. A young professional. Asad Ishtiyaq is a young professional player. With utter surprise, I looked at my brother with utter surprise. Spearhead and Nasir received spearhead and spinal injuries in a car accident. A normal person. Exercise might help her walk like a normal person. A small recovery. The patient showed a small recovery after a week. A big smile. He meets me with a big smile on his face. Fight a lost war. There was no hope for Azra's recovery from illness, but her doctor found a lost war. Eventually Azra recovered. A hopeless case. She is a hopeless case according to the decision of heart specialist. Okay students, now I am coming towards the objectives of grammar from this portion, and I have discussed out this portion very explanatory manner in my first lecture related to this chapter. All is not lost. You can take help from the complete preparation of these grammatical objectives, and now I am coming to solve the activities in front of you. The first activity is rewrite the given passage by putting the articles in it. I have given you the use of articles in my previous lecture, and you can take help from all these lectures to read the use of articles. Now I am giving you the solution in front of you here on the screen. There is a solution, and I have used out the appropriate articles in front of you in the passage. You can take help from it. The next activity that they have asked you to write out the rules of direct and indirect narration, and I have given you out all the rules in my previous lecture. Now I am coming towards the activity C. Rewrite paragraph 3 of the unit in the indirect speech. Here in front of you the paragraph 3 is given out. Yes, this passage is in front of you, and you can take help from this passage to know the use of rules and regulations while you are going to change a direct speech into an indirect speech. Change the narration of the following sentences. Now I am coming towards the first sentence is, he said to him, what are you reading? He said to him what he was reading. He said, you have made a mistake. He said that I had made a mistake. She said, do not waste your time. She forbade wasting my time. He said to me, will you watch drama tonight? He asked me if I would watch drama that night. She said to her sister, please listen to me. She requested her sister to listen to her. The next activity is related to compound prepositions. Complete the sentences by giving out the compound prepositions in front of you. Here the complete grid in the solved form is available. Yes, the first sentence we will use according to, and in the second sentence we will use because of, and the third sentence we will use in front of, and in the fourth sentence we will use along with, and in the fifth sentence we will use away from, and in the sixth sentence we will use instead of, and in the seventh sentence we will use because of as a compound prepositions to complete out these sentences. Write the past perfect continuous form of the verbs given in the bracket. This activity is over here. Salim was sitting on the chair out of breath he had been running. The second sentence, we had been walking along the road for 20 minutes when our car stopped and the driver offered us a lift. Question number 3, I had been doing my homework for 2 hours when my friend came. Sentence number 4 is, they had been taken exercise since morning. The patient had been crying with pain when the doctor arrived. Okay students, after that you have to pinch out and you have to take your attention towards the writing skills, and in the writing skills which things they have asked about are over here on the screen in front of you. One by one you can take help from all these passages and paragraphs to completely prepare out this passage and to completely prepare out the essays related to this chapter. Students, with this precise and comprehended lecture related to the exercise, you will be able to prepare all the questions related to All Is Not Lost chapter. This will surely help you, and I will be with you as soon as possible with my next chapter, inshallah ta'ala. Till then you have to wait for me. Allah Hafiz.